Hello, my crafting family. How are you guys doing? My name is Ryan, and I am the owner of Kreations. For those that are new here, make sure to subscribe down below and turn on your post notifications so you are alerted every time I upload a brand new video. Today, I have a really cool project in store, and it'll be featuring these gel pins from This Is Tisa. Now, you may be looking at this pack of pins wondering, what's going on with that blue pin? Well, that will give you a hint on what exactly we are doing today. Today, I'll be teaching you how to rhinestone your gel pins that you may have lying around your house. So today I'll be using these pins from This Is Tisa. I will put a link to her Etsy shop below to grab these pins. But if you can't get these pins, you can also do the same process on the Papermate Ink Joy gel pins as well. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to be letting out all the tips and tricks in order to bling, and let's get started. So I'll be going through all the supplies that we'll be needing for today. Today I'll be using these pins here from This Is Tisa. I'll go ahead and put a link to her Etsy shop in the description of this video. You can also use the Papermate Ink Joy gel pins, but for the sake of today's video, I'll be using the pins from This Is Tisa. Now, besides the pins, the most important item you're going to need for this project is definitely your bling. So today I'll be using size SS12 stones for my website. So I have orange, magic purple, light green, violet, and once again, these sizes are all in SS12. Aquamarine, transparent AB, which is an awesome color, and also fuchsia. I will put a link in the description to these stones and where to find them on my website. The next product we'll be using is our glue, and this glue is Supertite Fusion Tech Adhesive. This glue is amazing. It comes out white and dries clear, which works really good with the project we'll be doing. And I like to place my glue in a precision tip bottle just so I have more control when the glue comes out. I will also be using the Crystal Katana Rhinestone Picker Tool. This tool we use to pick up all of our rhinestones, and I will place a link in the description of this video to the Crystal Ninja's website to purchase the Crystal Katana. I'll also be using a nail file, and I'll place my Amazon link to the files that I use. Last but not least, I have a small rhinestone tray, and that just helps my rhinestones stay in one place. Once again, I will post all the links to the products I showed today in the description of my video. Alright, let's get the show on the road. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me ramble now, but let's go to the fun part, which is the pins. So apparently I didn't know what pin I was going to take out, so I just decided, let's take all these mother out of the box. Alright, my crafting family, so here's your fair warning. I do cuss a lot. I am a sailor behind the scenes, but I will try keeping it to a minimum, and I will put in the little bleep whenever I can. But look how gorgeous these pins are. Tisa, you absolutely killed it with the color story. Today I'll be using this purple pin in the color Laughter. So hopefully by the end of this tutorial you are laughing your ass off. But let's get started. I bet you weren't expecting the dolphin. You see, I have a couple tricks up my sleeve, and you're going to want to stay tuned into the video to see all the little tricks I have. So we're going to go ahead and pop off this little clip. Now these clips are both on Tisa's pins and also the Papermate Ink Joy pin. So after you pull that off, you're going to have to sand it down the kind of rough edge just to make it smoother so your rhinestones have a better place to apply to. Well, now I kind of forgot that I should maybe take off the tip of the pin. So you're going to go ahead and screw off the pin and take out the guts. And you want to put this in a safe spot just off to the side. You definitely don't want to lose that. So here I am sanding down the entire pin. I like to sand and prep all of my products that I bling just to ensure that the rhinestones have a greater surface area to adhere to. Some people choose to sand and some people do not. For me, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't need a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to sand the pin down. I'm going to speed up the video. And you're just going to want to take a damp paper towel and just kind of wipe down the pin to get any of that dust off. So once your pin is squeaky clean, you need your shaker tray, your crystal katana rhinestone picker tool, your precision tip bottle with your Supertite glue, and most importantly, we can't forget our rhinestones. So today I'm using size SS12 in magic purple. Now I know there's some of us that love some ASMR, so I went ahead and turned the audio on so you can hear these amazing glass rhinestones pour out. So I'll be quiet now. Now that that's over with, can we just take a moment to look at how pretty that purple color is? So to begin with, we are going to start now blinging our pin. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue and we're going to start from the base of the pin. So where the tip of the pin comes out of, that is where we'll be starting our first row of rhinestones. So you're going to go ahead and apply your Fusion Tack adhesive at the tip of the pin. And I like to apply it all around the first row, just kind of close to the top, so I can get my first row of rhinestones set. Now this first row is going to be the most important row of our entire pin. This row will set the foundation for all the future stones to come. Now on this pin from Tisa, I calculated about 10 rhinestones, so about 10 rhinestones to go completely around the pin without using any fillers. So here you will see me apply the first row of rhinestones right towards the edge. You want to make sure that this first row is super straight and it is aligned flush with the tip of the barrel. This will just ensure that all your rows are completely straight and you just avoid any crooked lines. This is the most crucial step in the entire process of the pin, so take your time and apply these rhinestones as close as you can to the edge of the barrel. I'm going to go ahead and speed this first row up just slightly and I will come back to you on row number 2. Alright, so here I'm using the needle tip of the crystal katana and I'm just ensuring that the stones are lined up flush to the edge. So you'll see me pushing the stones up and tapping them down with my finger. I'm making sure that the top base is nice and flush, so that's why you see me tapping my finger along the edge just to ensure that the stones are not exceeding the tip of the barrel. Now I know we can be impatient, but this step is crucial. You do want to let this first row dry for a couple of minutes just so the glue gets tacky, so when we apply our next row of stones, we aren't pushing those stones off the tip of the barrel. Just know the crafting gods are watching, so if you did not let that sit, don't come crying to me in the comments saying, "My stones fell off." I warned you, let the first row dry for a couple minutes. But hey, it's crafting, we can break rules. Let's craft without any boundaries, but that is just a little tip that I have. Just let that first row dry. So here I'm going to apply a row of glue under my first row of stones. This will be where our second row begins. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this a little closer and I'm going to show you exactly how to do the honeycomb portion of the project. So as you can see, I placed these stones in between the row underneath. So essentially you're kind of putting the stone in the window. So between the top 2 stones, that is where the next stone goes. So you're going to continue this process in between each stone, placing each stone one by one in between the gap. So this kind of forms that honeycomb pattern and it makes sure that your lines stay as straight as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this clip of me placing these stones in between each other for the second row. And I will join back with you on row number 3. Continuing on to row 3, you're going to still follow that same process like row number 2, and you're going to place these stones in between the stones above. So right between that window, you're going to go ahead and keep on placing these stones. You're going to do this for the entire length of the pin. So from now on, I'm going to be speeding up the video and I will kind of just stop and pause the video as we go along just to give tips and tricks along the way. But essentially this is how you complete these pins. It's a really fun project to start blinging using our size SS12 rhinestones, and this is a great project because you don't need any fillers. You just make sure these stones are perfectly placed on your first row and you continue to follow that pattern row after row. Hello again, my craft family. I hope you guys are doing well in these first couple of rows. I decided to pull out a new tool. Now this tool is from the Crystal Ninja as well. It is called the Crystal Kubaton. Now this tool made this process of applying these stones a lot more easier. So this pin is developed to pick up smaller stones, and it still has that same synthetic wax formula that the Crystal Ninja has patented. So I highly recommend the Crystal Katana, but if you are able to, I would definitely recommend to pick up the Crystal Kubaton. It definitely made making these pins a whole lot easier. So I'll go ahead and put a link in the description to the Crystal Kubaton as well. I would definitely pick this up. Alright, I went ahead and brought the video back to our normal speed, and right here I am checking the first couple of rows, just touching to make sure they are kind of tacky for me to hold, because now we need to turn over the pin to complete the final rows towards the top. So I'm going to continue the same process of applying my glue and applying my stones. Now with the SS12 rhinestones, you should pretty much get pretty flush to the top of the pin, nice and easily. So go ahead and continue to add your glue and add your rows of stones, still following that same honeycomb pattern, and I'll be back with you at the end of the video. Alright, crafting family, so we are nearing the end of our video, so I just wanted to hop back on and let you guys know that thank you for joining me on my second ever YouTube video. It was such a fun time to record and edit this video, besides my computer crashing and me having to completely restart, but that's besides the point. It was so fun to do this video and tutorial, and if you guys have any other video suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'd be definitely interested in hearing what you would like to see on my channel. And once again, if you aren't subscribed, definitely click that big red subscribe button down below and show some love, like this video. And once again, I am on Instagram and TikTok at King of Kreations, and that is King of Kreations, and Kreations is with a K. So you could definitely find me on both social media platforms and now here on YouTube. My goal is to be posting here every single Friday. I have a new video in store next week, so I'm super excited to be bringing you a new video. So make sure to stay tuned and turn those post notifications on. Alright, now we can't forget to put our ink back into our barrel and screw on that tip of the pin. I highly recommend you let these pins sit for 24 to 48 hours before you use them. I am going to just set them in a jar for decoration. And right now you'll see my oh shit moment. So I went ahead and popped that stone right back into its spot. Luckily there was still some glue there, so the spot was still tacky. But I went ahead and just pushed that stone back into place. Thank you again to everyone that was watching my video, and I look forward to seeing you next Friday.